Welcome to the School of Wordcraft and Worldmancy. This is Feedback Frenzy.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another Submit Saturday article review where we are continuing reviewing world-building articles or fiction here on Submit Saturday. If you'd like to have your article or fiction critiqued, please visit wgc.bz/submit to have your article reviewed. All right, so let's take, this comes to us from James, and this is the Cypher wheel. All right. This looks like the standard world anvil template with a really cool background here. Love that background. Looks like the side of a mountain. Love that. Okay, so here we have the world codex, is communication, article content, further resources acknowledgement. Very functional article, lots of links. And we'll get into the content of this. Already has some feedback in the comments. Cypher wheel. A cipher wheel is a wooden item that is made up of two wooden discs, one of which is smaller than the other, placed on top of the larger disc. Around the circumference, both discs are the letters from A to Z. Turning either of the two wheels changes the combination. These can be used to encode messages, so that without the right combination, the message is not useful. The messages themselves are transmitted from city to city by the use of telegraph along copper wires that are buried. At the scale within cities, messages are carried by messenger. This is to save on copper and for citizens to have employment. All right, so this has a good introduction here. This is the future scene world, a quasi-dystopian future. If memory... All right, so here we have a diagram here. The power of codes and how to... Okay. So nice. This, I believe this is just a simple shift cipher is what it's called in where you have this kind of a thing. Okay. The sentences are a little bit on the long side and could use some cleanup, but I was able to get the information pretty directly, and it was a good description of the cipher wheel. I like how you, in the second paragraph, you were able to use this to explain when it's used and why it's used, and also to be consistent with your previous world building, why it is not used within the cities, but only between the different towns. The cipher wheel was once used as a toy by older children in the old world. In the new world, they are used by government officials to encode messages between cities. All cities have a code book that details not just their own code setting, but others for other cities. Okay, so we have a message, we have a code within a code, if you consider Morse code to be a code. Original telegraph sent, May 23rd March 2121. At this point, the main aim is to change the Morse code into plain English. I wouldn't call this plain English. I might call it into Roman characters. I might call this into the alphabet, but not plain English. It's the first step in the...
Sprinters and marchers, time is up.
After the message has been translated from Morse to plain English, the starting 6 letters describe where the message is going and where it is coming from. The first 3 letters are where the message comes from. In all cases, the decryption code is at the is at the first three letters. BDR is Birdcaster. So looking up Birdcaster in the codebook gives the cipher to decrypt the message. The decryption code for Birdcaster is to set both wheels so that both A's match. After that, the next step is to look up the date for the description key to do the same for the cipher wheel. For example, the description key is left, right, over and over until the date ends. Since the date on the message was sent 23rd March 2121, the user of the cipher would use this outer wheel: 2 left, 3 right, 0 left, 3 right, 2 left, 1 right, 2 left, and 1 right. Oh, that's clever. That is pretty clever to make sure it's randomized based on, so if someone intercepts this message on the wrong day, yeah, I like that. The 23rd March 2021 setting. Okay, the correctly set cipher wheel would look like image above. The last step is to match the letters. The coded letter is the outer wheel, while the inner wheel is the corrected letter. BDR, BDT, we have sent a train your way with the supplies you required. Okay. The resulting message becomes apparent. Bristol should expect a train to come that has Bristol should expect a train to come that has come from Birdcaster. Okay. Again, personally, I don't like using the same word twice in a sentence, but other than that, good. This is a good explanation of how things are done, and I really like the twist about using the date to help set the cycle. But I would presume if it was not Birdcaster, you would move it so that the A's maybe A matches with a different letter. Who knows? The powerful part is twofold. Firstly, this code does not share the same starting step, so not all codes start AA at the beginning, but rather other combinations as well as changing which wheel needs to move or the steps needed to get the correct end step. Secondly, the encryption of the message to other cities is impressive with a simple system. Of course, there are some limitations, such as gaining access to the codebook, cipher wheels, and wiretapping to get the message. Then the person that should not have access to this information does. Okay. So good, straightforward article. Some of the sentences need to be shortened to be read through so it can, clarify it a little bit. But, really straightforward, clever use of the dates. Now, one challenge that you have with this is that if someone is really dedicated, by hand they could do it because there's only 26 possibilities. Even with the shuffling of the date, you could still just go through all 26 options to find out which one makes actual sense. Not the end of the world, but it's not as secure as one could imagine. The power of cryptography is making it easy to communicate, easy to understand for those who know, and nigh impossible other ways. The Imitation Game, starring Benedict Cumberbatch and others, was a wonderful movie. Not only
Lemons. Let's roll.
Not only looking into the life of Alan Turing, I know his last name's Turing, I'm forgetting his first name, but also the process that they went through to decrypt the messages that were sent. See, See you later, Ocelot. Yep, Alan. Okay, thank you. Yeah, really good film. As a computer nerd, I appreciate it, and the sheer level of genius that he had to be able to figure that out. Wonderful. And yeah, good stuff. All right, so thank you so much, James, for sharing with us your world building article here on Submit Saturday. I look forward to reading more. And if you would like to have your feedback or world building article reviewed, please submit it at wgc.bz/submit. Thank you much. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching this Feedback Frenzy. Be sure to show your support by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and clicking the notification bell. WriterGreg offers coaching sessions to help bring your world to life, create compelling stories, and accomplish your creative goals. Please visit wgc.bz/coaching for more details.